If you're buying a house and have no idea where to start, by the end of this short series, you will become an expert. Sort of. Where do I start? The first step is to find a local trusted realtor who can help you and guide you through the whole process and save you some money along the way. If you prefer not to use a realtor and need a loan, then finding a local trusted loan officers is your next bet. If you don't know a realtor, then start by checking on Zillow, where they list out all the agents, their sales, their reviews, and check to see if they service in your desired area. Should I go to a loan officer or the bank? Both options are worth exploring and comparing each other's rates and incentives. Loan officers often have access to multiple lenders, so sometimes their rates are a lot more competitive. However, if you're buying a new construction from a large builder like D.R. Horton, their in-house lender will provide you the greatest incentives and rates compared to any other lenders. This step is very important because I had a client offered an 8% interest rate while a different institution offered them a 6% interest rate. That is a difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars during the 30-year period. What happens after you go under contract? Here's a typical sequence. Number 1, earnest money deposit. The buyer will submit the earnest money deposit to a title company to secure the contract. Number 2, inspections. The buyer orders the home inspections. If issues arise, renegotiations may happen. Number 3, appraisals. Once inspections are satisfactory, the lender orders the appraisal. Number 4, loan processing. The buyer submits all required documentation to the lender. And finally, closing coordination. The title company, the lender, the realtor all work together to finalize the transaction. This is where you show up to the title company and sign all the documents. Who pays the commission? With the new regulations, buyer must sign a buyer's agreement form specifying the commission terms. However, most of the times, the sellers are the one covering for the listing agents and the buyer's agent's commission. As a realtor, I have never charged a buyer directly for my commission and do not plan to do so. How long is the inspection period? The standard inspection period is 15 days. During this time, buyers can conduct any necessary inspections and even walk away from the deal with their EMD. What does the title company do? The title company ensures the property has clear title, free from liens, and any other issues. They research the property history, addresses any title clouds such as unpaid roof repairs, and coordinate with the lender and the buyer to facilitate closing. How long does it take to close? On a cash deal, could be 2 weeks, even less. On a typical loan deal, it is around 30 to 45 days. What are the out-of-pocket costs during the contract phase? Number 1, earnest money deposit. It could be 1% of the purchase price, but typically $1,000 would do. Number 2, inspections. Home inspection, around $550. Wood destroying organism inspection, which is termite or any wood rot inspection, it's around $200. And number 3, if applicable, a septic inspection, which is around $350. Number 3, appraisals, which is around $600 to $700. The lenders want the buyers to go ahead and pay this out of pocket because if the transaction fails, then someone has to pay the appraisers. Estimated total cost would be around $2,500. Some contracts may include additional costs like surveys, but have your realtor negotiate for the seller to pay that because if the transaction fails, you're left with a worthless survey. What is an earnest money deposit? An earnest money deposit is a sum of money that binds a contract that you deposit to the title company, and this amount usually shows the seriousness of the buyers. It secures the contract and typically applied towards your closing cost if the buyer fulfills their obligation. If the buyer fails to perform, the EMD goes to the seller. If you're interested in the generalized infographics for the entire selling process, comment roadmap to receive a free guide.